I spoke to Christy Puckett-Williams early this morning about the events from last night. She told me that she's actually been out here for the last week working to help provide resources to the community and also working along the North Carolina Community Bail Fund to help bail out protesters. Thankfully, we're not seeing any rain or any snow right now, but again, city officials and the county officials are definitely preparing for what could come. Unfortunately, we did learn the name of the officer that was shot and killed at the scene. It was Officer Tyler Herndon. Now, the scene here is still very active with law enforcement agencies from across the area here, and they've been here pretty much all morning. We're already inside the warehouse, and check it out. This is just a small portion of food that is eventually going to be going out to families later on today. The line has gotten a little bit shorter. It's not on Tryon Street anymore, but it's still pretty long. You can take a look. People are still flocking out here to get chicken. There's still a lot of traffic and cars out here, and they actually close at 6, so they've got an hour to hopefully try to feed all these people standing in line. Just a couple miles up the road here in Huntersville is where Wisdom and Cherie will be managing a new urban farm. Located here in Mecklenburg County, this 28 acres will make up a free spirit farm and be one of the largest urban farms in North Carolina.
Ken McCool is not your regular 22-year-old.
He actually serves on the Board of Commissioners for the town of Matthews, making him the youngest public official in North Carolina. Here is the bus. Michelle Gregory, our bunny to most, has spent 3 years working to raise money to purchase this bus. The concept is pretty simple. Garrett picks a random place in Charlotte, hides the money, and then he posts the coordinates on his Instagram page where people can go out and find it.
Pasta sauce, beans.
When it comes to food, Cheryl Klug has plenty of it.
These.
But all this food isn't for her.
These, this is great for somebody who may be homeless, right?
It's for people in need. Last February, we introduced you to Klug as she shared how she works to feed families in Cabarrus County using blessing boxes. 3 years and 7 boxes later, Klug never had any issues until now.
This is the first time we've had any type of damage done to any of the boxes.
Monday, someone called to tell Klug that one of her boxes at Concord's Rotary Square Market had been vandalized.
We made these up. They have a juice box. And
Klug found out the person responsible was a homeless man she knows and who frequents this location.
So they see on the tape that he came and took items and went back to where he resides. And so that was his items to eat. And then came back a while later and destroyed the box.
Up through there, can't really see the screws from the outside.
11th grader Gabriel Perry worked with Klug and designed that box 3 years ago for a Boy Scouts project.
I got the news about the same time a post went up about it. And then I was tagged in it, so I was kind of getting all these people were commenting on it and showing their support, and that kind of made me very happy.
Perry plans to repair the doors and have the box ready to be used by next week.
And she even writes, "Sorry for the towel, it is what I had."
And as for Klug, well, it's letters like this that remind her that a little damage can't stop the work that she's trying to do.
Let's grab this stuff.
The first TV was on this street with Mr. Pat and Miss Feeney's house.
77-year-old Fred Glenn can remember everything about growing up in the little town of Cramerton.
This is me. This is my brother.
He owns the home his grandparents purchased decades ago.
You think I have enough keys? Yeah.
And just a few blocks away, he also owns a one-room schoolhouse.
The projector was there, and the stream, they put up a stream here, movie stream.
As a kid, Fred and other black boys and girls would come to the Baltimore school to watch movies on Tuesday nights.
Hopalong Cassidy, Lassie Rue, Tarzan. Tarzan was one of the movies.
The Baltimore school was built by the town's namesake, Stuart Kramer, back in the late 1920s for African Americans. Fred's mother and aunt used to attend the school, and as the years went by, it became so much more to Fred and many others.
During segregation, we knew it was there. We didn't have a theater to go to. But the Kramers made sure that we had a theater.
This building was more than a school. It was a community for African Americans who couldn't experience the simple things outside its walls.
And a Christmas. And they made sure we had a park, playground, nice swings.
But time is taking its toll on this piece of history.
I didn't realize all the stuff was down the other.
Yeah, it had
The town's mayor, Will Cawthon, soon connected with Fred and devised a plan to help preserve this school.
It's so easy to feel everything that they feel, but to be able to walk into this building and see it preserved as it was, I think that's going to go a long way to share the story.
Mayor Cawthon and his wife set up a GoFundMe account that's already raised over $8,000 to help Fred restore this school.
this right here come from smoke and all.
Fred's dream is to turn this school into a museum so that one day those who come to visit will know this school's story and the people who helped tell it.
If someone died, they would give flowers.
Most are used to hearing "I Will Survive" playing on a loudspeaker. But very rarely do you hear that catchy song coming from a live organ. But if you frequent a Kannapolis Cannonballers game, Gloria Gaynor and a little bit of Lauryn Hill is something you're likely used to.
I'm always looking for like real fun, like hip hop hooks, real fun, like rock and roll hooks that people can hear instantly and be like, oh, I know that song.
Baseball brings a large crowd to Atrium Health Ballpark.
Yes, yes!
But a man known as Greasy Keys is the one who brings the nostalgia back to the game.
Having a live organist was something that the general manager insisted upon having.
The team purchased this organ and soon contacted Greasy Keys, who was playing the organ for the Charlotte Checkers.
When I showed up here for the job interview, I knew it was a shoo-in because I had already owned the same exact organ. So it was, you know, a destiny kind of thing.
Greasy Keys owned this same exact organ as a kid and grew up in a musical family, back when most knew him as Jason Atkins.
I played keyboards, another cousin played guitar, another cousin played drums, and so we would get together and have jam sessions on the weekends.
Now every home game,
Hey, how are you doing?
Greasy Keys is the man you just can't miss.
You know it. Yes, ma'am.
Stadium organists were once popular in the early part of the 20th century, but soon started to decline by the early 2000s. But keeping a baseball tradition alive was important to the Cannonballers.
It adds an element that people, whether they realize it or not, they love to hear it.
It's something you don't find at every stadium. So Greasy Keys plans to make the most of his experience for as long as he's able to.
Greasy Keys will do this until Greasy Keys dies. I'd be happy to do this till I'm a ripe old age.